On September 11, 2001, this country changed forever. Before that most horrible of days, most of us slept pretty comfortably each night, beneath a blanket of naivete, believing that we were safe, that our government could protect us in the event of an emergency. But when the two towers of the World Trade Center, which stood right over there where those flags are, collapsed, and then the Pentagon was attacked, and then a plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, well, that innocence was destroyed. And most recently, approximately 1 million people were forced to evacuate their homes because of massive wildfires in California. It's all too clear that we must now at all times fear another catastrophic event, be it man-made or natural. We have learned that we are vulnerable and that federal, state, and local governments cannot be depended upon for immediate help. We must be responsible for our own well-being. We must be prepared to save our own lives and the lives of those we love. We don't wait for others to save us. We save ourselves. And we take advantage of well-established social and religious institutions and networks to organize ourselves into armies of survivors. If a cataclysmic emergency occurs, we don't argue about whose job it is to evacuate us or split hairs over whether we're technically evacuees or refugees. Who cares? We're prepared, we're organized, and we're out of here. Remember that human instinct prepares us for fight or flight when our lives are threatened. But there are some things we can't fight, an approaching hurricane or a fire, for example. Flight can be our only realistic course of action. Now, if we have the luxury of time, reacting to an oncoming storm or even a fire some miles away is relatively easy. We simply pack up and leave. But remember the lessons of Katrina. When the New Orleans levees broke, people in harm's way had only minutes to respond. Their lives depended upon their ability to react quickly and properly. They needed to be ready immediately, and that required advanced planning. Our go bag is a perfect example of exactly that. And boy, could those people along the Gulf Coast and in California have used our bag. Let's go back to the office and we'll take a look at what's in this bag and how it can help save your life and the lives of those you love. Here we go. Here it is. Now, let's take a look first and foremost at the construction of this. It's durable, it is certainly lightweight, and it is packed from the factory with all the basics that you need for your survival. Obviously, you could always have more, but it gives you a good start.
It has a solar panel, lithium charger, 12 jacks, including an iPod jack, so it can accommodate a number of important electronic devices like cell phones and Blackberries. There is an AC adapter and an LED blinking signal light. There's a hand-cranked 4-in-1 flashlight, a hygiene kit, which contains soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, comb, shampoo, and tissues. And you have a first aid kit containing moist towelettes, alcohol prep pads, bandages, an antibiotic ointment, and gauze pads. There's also a handy compass key ring and a 9-purpose tool, along with a rain poncho, a thermal blanket, and an SOS shelter tarp. So if you have to go, you're ready in an instant. No fumbling and stumbling in a panic to gather together those things that are necessary for your survival. The bag comes with both printed and audio instructions, which are available in more than 30 different languages.
Now, the printed instructions are laminated in plastic. This prevents water damage. The audio instructions come in really handy when you don't have time to read or in darkness. So while you're getting yourself and your loved ones to safety, a friendly but authoritative voice helps to keep you calm and in control. You know what to do, you know when to do it, and of course, you know how to do it. This bag gives you survival options. Now, these go bags were designed by experts in disaster preparedness, people who know exactly what you need, people whose knowledge and forethought can mean the difference between life and death. And they've taken the guesswork and the panic out of coping with an emergency situation. You just gather up the family, put on the go bags, and go. Every household in America should have one, because no one knows when the next emergency is going to happen or the nature of that emergency. No one knows when they will have to evacuate with just a moment's notice. No one knows when their life will hang in the balance between disaster and preparedness. But we know it can happen. And we have seen what happens when we're caught off guard. Of course, the moral is, don't be caught off guard. Be ready, ready to go.
Your survival is in the bag, the Go Bag. Order yours today.